Good evening, YTPC community. I'm here to do my intro tonight. I've done a couple of dry runs and my wife has laughed so hard she's bawling. So maybe this one will be a little bit better than the two that I had her crying on. Here I am in good old West Texas, and I really enjoy the camaraderie among the men and women at the YTPC, the YouTube pipe community, in my dry run, and that was the youth toilet paper convention, and I got very good reports on that. Thank you very much. But here I am tonight. I'm going to do this introduction to my friends at the YTPC. I have several friends and I have several people that have subscribed to me, and I thank you very, very, very much. I have people from all over the world, and that is something I really, really like. I have them in Canada, in Europe, here in the U.S., and maybe, and Australia. I have down in Australia, down under. Excuse me, sometimes I try to go, how you say, into the Spanish type talking, because I've worked with a lot of people like that, but I'll try not to do that. Okay. I'm married and have been. This year will be 47 years. I have 2 children, 7 grandchildren, and 2 great-grandchildren, and maybe some on the way, I don't know yet. I really like this. I really like the opportunity that I have had to make friends with the men and women here on the YouTube pipe community, and I look forward to the future in doing a lot more of that. I'm not an avid pipe smoker as of yet. My mom came through here recently with my sister. They're moving to Colorado. My mom's in her 90s now. My sister and brother-in-law will be taking care of her in Colorado. He's a doctor and she's an RN, so she will be receiving excellent care and not in a nursing home. She brought to me here recently on her way through a bunch of stuff that belonged to my dad and my granddad, and stuff that my mom collected about yours truly. You know, the stuff that moms do collect. And in that group of stuff, in a box, was a pipe that belonged to my dad, and it is a Dr. Graybow, and it is a Briar, and it is a Royal Duke. And there it is in all its glory. Good shape, good thick bowl. I'm doing this because I've seen all this stuff on all of the other videos. Oh, sorry. And I'm not going to smoke this pipe. This pipe will be in honor of my dad, and so it's going to get to rest for a long time. It is at least 60 years old. I am 66. I'm a retired oilfield welder, which is a whole different story, but we won't get into that tonight. And I don't remember my dad smoking a lot when I was growing up. I do remember he had a humidor, and it had a place for 4 pipes. and it was metal, and it had a cork lining and a cork-lined lid, and things after he passed kind of, I didn't get it. Let's just put it that way. Sorry. Even though I live in Texas, I am a huge Kansas Jayhawk fan, and so you can see that here on the front of my koozie. My koozie has been quite well used, and it split one time, and so I had to put a little tape on it, but you know, it still works. I've watched and watched and watched. I'm a almost professional lurker. I have seen many videos and VRs and intros, and I've seen it all, or most all of it. And I watch every day. I have I've got my YouTube set up where I can get notifications every time one of you loads your videos, and I'm generally pretty quick to watch them. I am retired, and I'm now at the point in my life where I go to bed when I want to, and I get up when I want to, because those are all of the things that I wanted to do when I was working but couldn't. Now I go to bed at 1 o'clock in the morning and get up at 8 or 9 o'clock in the morning and have my coffee and check out my computer and whatever's going on. And then after that, I'm just good till lunch. I have lunch. Me, my wife, and our 2 kids, which are 4-legged kids. One is a male basset hound. His name's Opie. And I have a red-nosed pit bull, which she's a pibble to us. And her name is Molly B. And after we have lunch, and I say we as in all 4 of us, after we have lunch, I will generally about 1 o'clock, more or less, I'll go and take a nap. I am a professional nap taker. When I was young, maybe I wasn't great and grand and glorious about taking naps, but now I'm great. Okay. In my foray into the pipe tobacco type, when I decided to get into this, I went down to one of the local smoke shops that doesn't really carry anything. But they did have Sir Walter Raleigh, which is cool, you know, an old standby, as is Carter Hall. Carter Hall hadn't been opened yet. Sir Walter Raleigh was open because I was nosy and wanted to know what it smelled like. I keep an eye on it, and that bag's not great, and so it dried out a little bit. So I took an apple, sliced it into 8 slices, took one of the slices, cut a little chunk off, threw it in the Sir Walter Raleigh, and the moisture from the apple leached out into the tobacco, and it is as fresh as the day I bought it. On top of that, I have purchased one that I don't know anything about other than I've seen it advertised so much on here from all of you, and it is, it says Lane 1Q right there. Anyway, I got 4 ounces of it, and I have to put the Lane 1Q in this little green old tin that probably had Christmas candy in it at one time, because the stuff smells so good, I want to eat it. So, and to keep myself from chowing down on it, I had to put it in a can. And the other one I have is one that I've seen on here also that is spoken a lot about, is Molto Dolce. I'm assuming that it's a very good tobacco, pipe tobacco. I've seen it advertised a lot, and as you can see, it's still uptight and out of sight, so I don't have to worry about it. And I have to smoke all of those tobaccos in. I have this. This is a Missouri Meerschaum Legend, and I bought it mostly because I like the style, I like the stem. You know, you can use it with or without a filter. This one had a filter. It doesn't have a filter now. I've smoked cigarettes, and now I make my own cigarettes using an injector with pipe tobacco, and I really like them. But this one here is called the Legend, and I'm sure all of you know what it is, and you've probably all seen them. But I bought it because I'm a legend in my own mind, and so that probably as far as it'll ever get. And my wife thinks it looks really cool hanging out of my mouth. This one, I don't remember what it's called. It is a Missouri Meerschaum pipe. It does have a black stem in it. Looks all nice and cool. It's got the little cut stuff here and stuff. It doesn't have all of the fancy. It's got the old style. It does have the old style sticker on the bottom. But it's a really cool pipe. Big, thick walls and really deep. I mean, it's like that deep. You know, it's way up past my first knuckle. I'm guessing that it's at least 1.5 inches deep. So I can load that up with just about whatever. And if that Lane 1Q tastes and smokes as well as it smells coming out of that bag, I'll load this puppy plumb to the top and go with that. But that's really all I have for tonight for my introduction. Oh, and by the way, you know, I know that I've seen all of you, and you know, you do your trades, or you send this and send that and stuff like that. And I notice that everybody always, you know, sends a tamper or a homemade tamper or a fancy-made tamper and stuff like that. And I've noticed that a lot of the people that they use for tampers are these big old long golf tees. And I didn't have a tamper per se. I probably have something I could have packed it with. But now I have a bag of 90 tampers. So in the future, I'm sure that you'll get to receive a nice natural wood tamper. You know, they're slick. They're not, you know, they're not painted or anything like that. And the really cool part about them, they smell like wood. So I'm sure that you'll be receiving a top-of-the-line, made in, I hope, oh, it says right there, made in USA. It's made in the USA pipe tamper slash golf tee. And with that, I'm going to stop, and thank you so much for watching and listening. If you did, you probably turned me off about after 5 seconds. But if you didn't and you hung in this long, thank you very much. And I'm sure you will see and hear from me again. And maybe I'll be better at it next time than it was this time. Okay, thank you. Have a great night. God bless you. Bye.